Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to explain you about function in Python. So as in other language we have functions or we can call a method. So similarly we have function in Python as well. We'll see from basics how to define a simple function, then we'll come to the arguments in the function. After that we'll see a special type of function we have in Python, that's keywords argument and multiple arguments. If we don't know how many arguments we need to use in our function, then we can use that arbitrary function as well. Let's start with the basics of the function. So how to define a function? So for defining a function we have to use a keyword def and your function name. Your function name can be my function name, or it can be in camel case, so no need to worry about how we should give a function name. You can give it this way, you can give it in camel case or whatever. So let's see my function and I will print a simple hello. Awesome. Okay, so here till now I didn't call the function yet, so let's call the function. Another thing is how you can call a function. So you can simply write a function name. If you don't have any arguments, you can simply execute your code and you will see in a console that hello awesome is printing. So make sure I'm printing a statement. I'm not returning anything. So today let's discuss what is difference between a print statement and when we'll do something return statement. What a return will do. My func with return. Let's see and I will return the value now. Return to turn 2 into 2. Now let's think what if I will call my func return. Let's think for a second what it will do. And let's execute as well. I executed the program code, but you can observe here hello asm is printing only. It's not printing 2 into 2 is equal to 4. So what we get to know from this two thing is that print statement is an inbuilt Python function. We use it when we want to display something to user or we want to display something in console or terminal. Okay. While meanwhile, I will show you how to print the value of return statement. You can simply in print statement you can do like this, and now you can see the value 4 is printing. So what is the use of return statement in our code? So return statement is a Python statement is used to exit the function, or suppose we want to use the value, that 4 value or anything what which we want to return, what we are going to return in our function. If you want to use that value in other function as well in the same module or in other module, so in that case return value is used. Return method keyword is used with that function, used to specify that a value that a function should return. We want to use or perform some operation in other function as well, maybe now or later. Okay, it performs some calculation or operation and the return the value, a set of value for a calling code. The code which will call that method, that return value will be used there. So that's it for return and print statement. Let's see the function with some argument as well. Function with arguments. So what is argument and what is parameter? Let's discuss for just 10 seconds. Remember it that when we are defining a function and we are passing something in that parenthesis, it's called a parameter, not an argument. So let's say I'm passing a name here. So the name is still now it's just a parameter which I'm passing in a function definition, and I want to print hi, how are you, and then I want to concatenate the name as well. Now I will call my function 1, my func1, and there what I'm going to pass is called as our argument. So this is the basic thing you need to remember, that when we are defining a function and we pass something inside a parenthesis, it's called a parameter. And when we are calling a function and we are passing something inside, that's called an argument of the function. Let's give some name here, and I want to execute the code. Okay, my func1 is should be there, that's why. So you can see it's printing how are you awesome. So we can say that an argument is the value that is sent to the function when it is called only, and other than a parameter is the variable listed inside the parenthesis in the function definition. That's it. I will make a separate notes, and you can have these codes in GitHub link. I will make sure that I will keep my GitHub link in description. Okay, that's how we can pass the parameter in the function. Let's think we want to pass two parameter. Above code I would like to comment. Yeah, I just commented the code, and my func2 I will give, and suppose I want to pass two parameter, name and age, and in print statement I will write, hi, how are you. After that I will give my name, and in second print statement I will pass your age is something age. My battery is getting down. Let's connect my charger first. Yeah, yeah, it's good now. Now let's call my function 2 with two parameters. You can see when you will write just my func, you can see here it will ask two arguments. Okay, let's pass my argument Azam and the 12. Okay, age is 12, name is Azam. Okay, now when I will run this code, definitely I'm going to get one error, because in my operator thing, when I was explaining addition operator with string, I have told you we can use addition operator with a string when the both argument are a string. So let's see the error first. You can see string can only concatenate a string, not int, but here our int is integer only. So what we need to do is we just need to typecast it str of age. So that's why Python, you should know about the argument first and the data type as well before jumping into methods, functions, oops concept, something. So I have video on string and data types in details as well, and operator as well. So I would like if you watch those video. Your age is 12 and your name is Azam. One thing in Python is also that we no need to mention the data type explicitly in a parameter. In Java, we used to have like a string or something. So on the go, Python interpreter is that much intelligent that it's know what type of data argument we are passing here. So that's why also Python is also a dynamically typed language, it's called. It is the advantage of that Python, and Python do not support the method overloading. When we will discuss the oops concept and methods, then we will get to know why it do not actually supports the method overloading. That's how we can pass multiple arguments. Now I will cover uh, why we need arbitrary arguments. First, what is actually arbitrary argument? Suppose I have a method I don't know when I will call the method how many arguments we need to pass actually. So in that case we should have some solution. So that solution is provided by arbitrary arguments. Let's see how we can use that def arbitrary marks. Okay, and how you need to actually define that parameters is just marks. Suppose I want to print number of marks, and the print simply you can print marks, and you can call that function arbitrary marks. You can print, yeah, that's it. Now let's think what it will print, whether it will return a simple 2 3 4, but here we are passing multiple parameter, so it should be whether a list, tuple, set. So make sure, remember it will always return a tuple. You can see it's returning a tuple. So if I want a last index that is 8 only, so you can pass like 0 1 2 3 4 5. It will print only 8. Okay, so like this you can, based on your requirement, you can use operations and you can perform your mathematical calculation as well. So this is how we can pass multiple arguments. Now we have one keyword arguments. How we can use it? Let's see. Keyword args. For keyword args we have, suppose, name. So I want to give print this name. Okay, and now while calling the function you have to pass parameter equal to a equal to, suppose, awesome, b equal to, suppose, any name you can pass. And you can pass different type of arguments. Suppose a equal to asm, that is a string. B equal to, suppose, can anything. And suppose c equal to 12. Let's try to print it and see what's happening. You can observe that it's printing output in a dictionary form. Let's see that. So this, when we'll run this code, what we'll get, let's observe this. You can see we are getting output in the form of dictionary. When we were using the only arguments, when we don't arbitrary arguments, we were getting output in the form of tuple. Here we are getting the output in the form of dictionary. So it's based on your requirement and how you want to use a function. It's depend on totally on you only. So here you can, the point you should remember, you can pass any type of arguments, whether it's arbitrary arguments or keywords arguments. So let's see, I'm putting d as a some float value 12.4. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, so it is possible to pass any type of arguments here. Let's see, I'm passing f equal to 1 plus 2j. That's a complex arguments. It's also printing the same. Yeah, so you can see this is how we can use the keywords arguments in Python. So till now what we have discussed is user defined arguments, that keywords arguments and the func1 func2 everything. So in Python generally, I forgot to mention it earlier, we have one inbuilt functions that we see. So far we have seen many inbuilt functions: sort, print, sorted, and there is number of functions. So those are called inbuilt function. I will give some examples. Sort, slice, I have sorted, print is a function only. That's it. And we have user defined function, user define func function. Then it comes a lambda function in Python. Let's see overview of lambda function. Later we'll discuss more on that. what actually lambda function means. So we suppose we have a short term operation and we want to do in a simple way in a single line. Suppose I want to want to get square of a particular number inside a program. So let's take my square equal to, we have to use a lambda keyword, we have to pass our two arguments and we have to write x y. That's it. Now let's print my square, and the two arguments should be 2 comma 4. So I want to my output to be 2 power 4 it's 16, it should be 16. Let's see, you can see the 16 is printing. For your satisfaction, I'll print square of 2 given value is 3. Let's run this code again. A square of 2 given value is 16. So this is how simple we can define a function and use a function, and our sort operation we want to do in a single line. So this is how you can use lambda function. Again, some function is, there is many function like generator and recursive function also. Recursive function. So this is from, if you are from a programmer background, developer, you already know that what is the recursive function. A function call itself directly or indirectly in our code. And I will give you some very small example. Let's, I will take a4. It's looking, if a equal to 0 or a equal to 1, I will simply return, I will simply return 1. Okay, if not, else I'll return n into, forgot to mention my function def my recursion. Okay, no need to mention these all things. I was directly writing a code for recursion, but I want a function, and I have to give here in. So I want to return the factorial of that value. So n into my recursion, my recursion n minus 1, return the value. Now let's call that function my recursion and pass some value. Let's execute the code. So we are not getting, oh I'm sorry, I'm using returning value. I need to write inside that print statement my recursion and the value 5. That's it. We'll comment the code. So you can see 120 is the output of 5 factorial. So this was the overview of basics function, and we saw the user defined function, inbuilt function, and the lambda function, and the simple recursion. I will discuss the recursion and the lambda function in details in upcoming videos. For now, my intention was to explain you the basics of function and the arbitrary function, the difference between parameter and the arguments, and the keywords arguments. That's it. Hope you have enjoyed the video.